Welcome to day 40 of the 75 Hard Challenge YouTube edition. Is this a safe space? No, because I wanted to know. I just wanted to vent for a while. This is not going to be a long video, so don't stress. But I just am so mad at myself for being so addicted to doom scrolling. And I feel like a lot of people might relate to that. So that's why I wanted to talk about it. When I'm at home, especially doing nothing in particular, I always find myself going into those 3 social media apps to keep doom scrolling for the next 3 hours. And I always feel awful after it. And those 3 apps are YouTube Shorts. Yes, I'm an old lady. I like YouTube Shorts, TikTok, and Instagram. TikTok has lowered its activity for me, but that's just because I'm kind of tired of it. I'm kind of over it. I've just seen so many of the same stuff on there that I don't know. I took a break. I don't find myself reaching for it as much as I used to. I do reach for it when I want to see edits. That's the best place. Or when I want to search something. Because Instagram, it's awful for that. And YouTube, I just feel like it's so formal. And TikTok is just way quicker. But that's not the point. Everyone says that this type of content that we're consuming right now, the short form videos, they were created by therapists and what's the name in English? I only remember in Portuguese, psicólogo. Anyway, it was created by therapists and psychology experts to keep us addicted. But I feel like it has come to a point where even people that work with it, content creators and influencers, even they are starting to say to people like, listen, reduce your screen time. It's getting dangerous. People are chronically online and it's not healthy. People need to touch some grass. And you know what? I feel what kills us is boredom. We don't know how to deal with boredom anymore. And I include myself in this. Every time I have nothing to do, instead of doing something not necessarily productive, because not everything in life has to be productive or towards some goal or towards work, career, academic studies, whatever. That's not my point at all. But we don't know how to feel bored anymore without just, oh yeah, let's just grab my phone. Sometimes I will get this awareness when I'm outside that I'll see people just like this. They almost get their heads inside their phone. People are getting lumps in their necks because of how much people just, this is so weird. This is so dystopian. I don't know. I'm laughing because I'm nervous, genuinely concerned. Where are we going? And I don't know. I want to include less screen time in my life, but when I notice it, I'm already doing it. Sometimes what I do to help is I'll just say, I won't remember this in 5 minutes. And I get out of the app. And it's true. I remember that I said that, but I don't remember what video I was watching. It's usually a POV or a skit and there's no part 2. And then we start crazy searching for the part 3 or part 4, whatever. But when I start getting into that mindset of like, okay, I need part 2, I need part 3. I'm like, I'm not even gonna remember this in 5 minutes. So I think I'll live. And then I just scroll. Or I get out of the app. But then I get out of the app and I'm just like, what now? It's so weird. Social media conditioned us to be so reliant on it that it's just crazy. I've been getting down my screen time because before it was 14 hours on average. I know. I'm not proud. And today, last time I checked, it was at 5 hours a day, which major jump, right? 9 hours less. So much better. But I still feel like sometimes I just get so stuck. I'm glad for Instagram's reminder. I always set a reminder for 30 minutes a day on Instagram. I usually ignore the limit, but just by having that alert, you've reached a time for today, get out of Instagram. It gives me a little bit more of awareness of what I'm doing. And when I snooze it for 15 minutes, I'm like, okay, yeah, that's enough. And then I get out. But then I want to see one thing on YouTube. And I see this short that has this amazing thumbnail, this great title, and I click on it. And I'm like, haha, that's so fun. And then I start scrolling again. It just, I'm giving myself the ick doing this. I'm not even joking. I just hate that I am that dependent and that addicted to it. I don't know, I'm not sure how to get better, and that's so concerning, but I wanted to try the swapping reading for screen time. Like every time I feel like getting on TikTok or Instagram, I just like, no, let me read. I'm not the type of person to sit and read 10 pages and then, all right, I'll do that later, or I'll continue reading after. I always like to binge read. I feel like that's why I have such a hard time doing that challenge of just swapping screen time, because I never go in with it the intention of just staying 3 hours. I'm just like, I'm gonna watch this just for a while. I need to rest my brain. And my brain does not rest. Our brains do not rest when we're watching these videos. We may feel physically rested, but our brains is just, you know, spiraling. I consider myself an overthinker. That just makes everything worse. I just keep overthinking about a million different subjects instead of just one. It's so exhausting. But these are some goals I have, just to end this video on a high note. I want to start swapping my screen time for hobbies, but not necessarily stop watching videos altogether. Because I'm a very consistent watcher of long form videos, like on YouTube. So I will allow myself to watch those, especially because they're usually above 20 minutes. And that's already an improvement if you just watch short videos. So you can start on that if you want to do the same. But I want to keep reading. Today is the last day of February. For you is the first of the month. That's what I'm talking about. If you're not on TikTok, not on Instagram, I don't even know if that's on Instagram. Probably. But if you're not on there, you don't know what I just did. So chronically online. That's such a disease. But I want to start swapping. I rediscovered watercolors. So I want to do more of those. I want to do more coloring books, read more, or even just watch longer videos on YouTube on my PC. Not on my phone, on my PC. I don't have a PC, on my laptop. And I don't know, just sit down and have a good time with other people, like friends, family. Tomorrow I'm meeting a friend of mine for lunch, and I'm probably gonna vlog that. So see you then. But just meeting more people, even if it's your mom, you and her having breakfast in the kitchen without getting your phones. One of the things that I feel is most important inside of a house, of a family, is that everyone sit down to have a meal together with no phones. It's so normalized to have phones on the table and just like everyone just have their meal and I feel like that's so robotic. First step I want to take to stop doing that. I don't do that. Usually when I go to the table, I don't have my phone. I don't even take my phone with me. But these are gonna be my first steps. Me swapping with hobbies or long form videos just to try to pull back a little bit. I don't want to delete completely because I still want to make videos and create content for those platforms. Hopefully create a space where people don't feel so, I don't know, so glued to their phones, receiving so much information. I wanted to create more content in like the inspiring niche, I guess you can say, because I want to encourage people to do more than just being on their phone. On that note, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't watched the other days from this challenge, there's a playlist linked below, ready for you to binge. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye!